President Donald Trump visited an oil rig in Texas this week, pushing his re-election message of restoring American energy dominance. He extended export authorization for liquefied natural gas and signed permits for the export of Texas crude oil. Trump contrasted his plan with that of his rival, presumptive Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden.
I don't think Biden's going to do too well in Texas. He's already written it off. It's gone. No fracking. That's part of his platform. If these far-left politicians ever get into power, they will demolish not only your industry, but the entire U.S. economy. Their stated agenda includes rejoining the Paris Climate Accord, spending billions and billions of dollars in order to make us non-competitive.
Texas has gone Republican in every presidential election since 1980, but recent polls show Biden slightly ahead of Trump, partly because of the president's handling of the pandemic. The state is highly dependent on oil and gas, an industry hit hard by COVID-19. Hundreds of thousands have lost their jobs. This is a problem for Trump and his party, says Texas-based Republican strategist Brendan Steinhauser.
Both because so many workers in the industry, in Texas, in the energy industry, are Republicans, and a lot of the money that goes to support Republican candidates and the Republican Party, including President Trump, comes from the energy industry.
In mid-July, Biden launched his plan to invest $2 trillion over 4 years to escalate the use of clean energy in the transportation, electricity, and construction sectors. His campaign promotes the plan as part of a series of proposals to rebuild an economy ravaged by the pandemic and tackle climate change.
When Donald Trump thinks about climate change, the only word he can muster is hoax. When I think about climate change, the word I think of is jobs.
Meanwhile, the Trump campaign is portraying Biden's climate agenda as crippling the energy industry.
Banning fossil fuels, hundreds of thousands of jobs lost.
The attack will not work, according to Democratic strategist Jared Leopold.
In many of the states that are electoral battlegrounds, there are more clean energy jobs than there are fossil fuel jobs. It's just not talked about in the same way. So I think the way Biden laid out clean energy and climate change as a centerpiece to his economic plan was a very smart frame.
For its part, the Trump administration says it has achieved energy success by ending the moratorium on coal leasing on federal lands, rolling back Obama-era environmental regulations, and opening public lands to energy exploration, including parts of Alaska's National Wildlife Refuge. The moves have sparked strong opposition by environmentalists, issues of energy and the environment that will be decided in the November election. At Siwida Kuswara, VOA News.